Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that I have been away for a while, for I don't know, 3 weeks maybe, I think it is. I have had so much going on that I'm just gonna sit down and do a chatty video about. If you're interested in watching, which I hope you are, then you'll find out all about what's been going on. And I guess I might as well talk about what is going to be happening in my little life and where I've been the past couple of weeks and what I'm going to be wearing today in my little makeup video. I'm going to be talking about one of my most favorite brands, and I've talked about them before, but I just think that they just don't get talked about enough. They have some new products that have been coming out on the market, and yes, I'm always slow to get my hands on everything. I eventually do. It takes time to save money, save for everything, because I do purchase everything myself, and therefore nothing is sponsored. I don't sponsor anything. All my opinions are always my own. And I haven't even received PR or anything, so it takes me a little bit longer to get these products and reviews out, especially if the items are more expensive. I just have to take my time, and the reviews come a little bit later than some of the other videos that are out, but needless to say, they will be honest, truthful. I'll tell you if I like something or if I don't like something. So if you're interested in watching this video, finding out what's going to go on with my life and what's happening, what has been happening, and what brand I'm going to be talking about and putting on my face today, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, and that way you'll know when I come out with a new video. And I think I've gabbed enough, and we should just get into the video. Let's go. So I'm just gonna pin my hair back. The brand that I'm talking about today has been coming out with some new things, but I mean, it's impossible not to love this brand. It is the one and only, of course, e.l.f. Eyes, lips, face, you gotta love them. They have just fantastic products, and they're not expensive products. They're always coming out with new things, fun things, and I've picked up some of the newer items. Picked up this little palette. I didn't realize how neutral it was going to be, so we might have to like add in some other things to it to like just make it a little bit more fun. Not that I'm going anywhere, I'm not. But because it looks like it's gonna storm. We might be in the middle of a thunderstorm. But I love talking about their stuff because I just feel like it's just such a universally friendly brand. They come out with such a wide variety of products, and they're in such a good range of products that it just fits every skin type, every skin tone, color. It's just a good brand, and it's not super expensive. I've been buying e.l.f. I don't know however long it's been out in the stores, I think. Anyway, so I think today I am gonna go ahead and work with my eyes to do something a little fun today. They came out with these little 4 palettes. I'm not sure when they did. I happened to be on Ulta's site and I saw these and I was like, oh, those look like fun. It reminded me of the little blush palettes. And I'm like, when did those come out? I didn't notice those. Or maybe I did have some of those. Gee, oh my God, I am such a complete dork. I knew I had some of these. So, oh my gosh, I have these. And I had gotten them last, I don't know, spring, fall. I do have these. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna do a look. Which one do I want to do? I used the rose water, Very Bad. I don't think I've used the pumpkin pie. I know I haven't used the jalapeno. I haven't used this carnival palette. Oh my goodness. Let's go with this rose water palette, since I'm wearing pink today. Okay, so we'll start off with that first. They've got there's only one matte in this one. There's a partial kind of glittery matte in there, and then two sparkle, like two shimmer shades in there. So we'll make it work. We have been trying to move to Texas for the past 3 to 4 years. I'm going to start off with this flat shade right here. So first off, I'm going to start with popping some concealer in my eyeballs. All right, so the story begins. The next 3 weeks of the past 3 weeks of my life begins with, so most of my family lives in Texas. The only person that I have that is my relative in this area, besides my children, is my one sister, my sister that is right below me in age. And she lives like 3 hours away from me, no, 2 hours. And what's funny is she used to live in Texas and came and lived and moved here. She was supposed to go back, but she fell in love and got married, had my niece, the cutest little bugger, and she stayed. And now I want to move to Texas because that's where all of our family is, and I don't want to leave her behind. And then the only other person that we would really be leaving behind, it would be my oldest daughter, which really sucks, but half of her family, all of her father's side, is technically still in Pennsylvania. And I understand that she wouldn't want to leave them, and I respect that. But my biggest fear is if I left, she would never come visit me because she's never been on a plane before. So I always hoped that one of these days she would get her little tushkis on a plane. Well, anyway, I started a new job in June. I am going in with this pretty little lavender mauve shade here. I'm just going to do the one eye. I started a new job in June. I'm able to work from home, which has been fantastic. I like my job now because it affords me to at least be at home, and then I'm there for my oldest son that is autistic, and my daughter, and my other daughter, if she ever needs me. And my daughter called me up because my dad hasn't been doing the greatest in health. My dad, and yeah. And so she decided she wanted to go to visit him, and she invited me along because she's never been on a plane. And I was like, oh, this is perfect because we're planning on moving to try to move to Texas next year by August, no later. That's a big portion of this story. Anyway, so she called me up and she wanted to go visit him, and I was like, this is my perfect opportunity to get my daughter in a plane, and at least when I go and leave, I will know that she will be able to get on a plane and feel comfortable and come and visit me. I was like, okay, well, let's do that. So we bought tickets, and I was getting everything ready, and I had to bring my son to a doctor's appointment, and it was the week, right, the Thursday or Friday before we were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave on a Monday, and we were like the Thursday before, and I'm driving in an area I'm not familiar with. It's like an hour away for the doctor's appointment, and I hear this large bang, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And the car starts acting crazy, and the transmission goes. The freaking transmission goes in my car, an hour away from home, 3 days before I'm supposed to leave to go visit my father. I'm like, oh, this is great. Well, I might as well just do the other eye since I'm here and chatting. And I'm like, oh no. So I have to call my husband to come and drive the vehicle home because I'm too much of a ninny to drive it home and after the doctor's appointment, and it barely makes it home. Well, it makes it home, but I shouldn't say barely. It's definitely a transmission problem. Now I have no car. So now I'm fretting, you know, what am I gonna do? I have to leave for a trip. My husband's taking my daughter and I to the airport with the one car that we have left. And I'm like going, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? We ended up, you know, getting on the plane, no problem. That part was good. We visited for 5 days and I got to show my daughter all around. Plus she got to see her grandpa. I got to see my dad. I got to look at some of the areas that we had narrowed down for the area that we had interested us in moving to. So we were set to come home. We had we flew Spirit. The day of our flight, we had a very early morning flight and then a layover and then continued on. And I get a morning text that says, your flight has been canceled. That was the beginning of the whole Spirit mess. The airline had a little, I don't know what the hell happened. Anyway, we were lucky to get, I think it was probably that last flight out before hell broke loose and they started canceling everybody's flights and people got stranded in Florida because that's where we were due to go. We were due to go from Texas to Florida and then from Florida to our house. And yeah, that would have been a nightmare. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this darker shade. Let's see what this does. Whoa, that's pretty dark. But it was a really good visit, and I think she liked it. She's a very quiet girl. While I was away, my husband's job was to find us a new car, or most specifically, it was my car that died, so find me a new car, which he did. So now, unfortunately, we have a car payment, which is not entirely the plan that I had. We were trying to save money for the move. This move has been in the works for the past 3 years, and every time we have tried to move, something has come to pass. So I don't know if that's been like a sign, yo, you're not supposed to move, or, you know, was it a temporary, you're not supposed to move yet, and I don't know. It freaks me the frig out, that's for sure. Anyway, so now I have a new car, and now I have a car payment. And thank God I have the job, which I wasn't planning on using the job to pay for the car payment. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just putting some dark color here into my outer V. I'm making, I guess, like a plumish purple smoky eye or something. I don't know. So that was where I was for a week, and then the week prior. And now we are like really dead set on this move. You know, my kids really want to move, and I mean, I don't have anybody here except for my sister, which she's so far away. The main way I see her the most is through messenger calls, messenger video, or Zoom, whatever it's called. And while that's great, and I love that, I'd love to see her. Now I'm gonna go into this shimmery shade here and pack it in here on top of this dark purple. Oh, I guess it would help if I put the dark color on the other side, huh? I'm looking in the mirror over here, so that's probably why I forgot. So my life has been a little hectic, a little more so than I am used to. And so I had to just kind of cut something out. I couldn't focus on everything, the family, the trip, the car situation, all at once. Something had to give. So I'm so sorry that the one thing that gave was it was going to be a nervous breakdown or my videos. So I just had to put aside my videos for a few weeks. I hope that y'all understand that, but I will try. I have a couple videos already done, meaning I do have some videos that are already filmed. I just need to edit them. I had pre-filmed them before I had gone away, but I just never did get a chance to go ahead and film them. So my job, I have a job. My days off might be getting changed. I no longer have weekend time. I work on the weekends at my job. Yes, it is a stay-at-home job, but I do work on Saturdays and Sundays. So right now my days off were Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I think we're trying to change them to Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I think. So we are also in the process of doing a little bit of small remodeling that we knew we had always needed to do, whether we stayed in the house or not. Although if we knew we were staying, then things would be, I think, slightly different. Right now they're gonna be a little bit like, you know, when you remodel a home, you're gonna be in it for a long time. It's gonna be personalized to how you really want it to be. The way what I'm doing is kind of making it more generic, kind of, in the sense that it's going to be more likable to more people. And then we're giving it a year here because my daughter is would be entering high school next year, and I figured I'd start her off in high school there in Texas. I don't know, it just made more sense to finish middle school here for some reason. I think I have more purple, dark purple on one side now. So those have been my adventures for a couple of weeks that I have been gone. Like I said, I hope I will be forgiven for being away. I did not intend it to be as long as it was. And if you guys are interested in seeing more about, you know, or hearing more about the move and stuff, then let me know. Give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in more of like the chatty as I go through makeup reviews as well. I don't know, everybody seems to like a vlog type video where you get to see or hear more about my personal interactions with life, which, I mean, that always interests me, definitely, for sure. So I don't know if that's something that you guys would be interested in hearing, then let me know. You know, give me thumbs ups or let me know. I'm just putting this mid-tone purple color in here. It's a pretty purplish. We're trying to figure out if we want to like move there and buy right away, or if we want to move there and rent and like scope out the area and try and figure out like what areas really interested us, you know. I'm like so torn, and then, you know, that's just so hard. Like, I would hate to get stuck in too long of a lease and then see a house that we really like, but everything goes up for sale crazy there and gets like purchased really quickly. So I think now I'm gonna go in with this really, really light shade, and I'm gonna put that on like the most part of my eye. Well, I thought this was gonna be more of a pinkish. To me, it looks like purple. Oh, I'm trying to think of color off. Apply some with my finger. I always feel like I get much more color payoff. Put it on with my finger. I remember getting these, but I don't remember when I got them. I don't think I really even used them that much. But I love e.l.f.'s products. They're so reasonably priced. They came out with those new putty bronzers, and I've picked up a couple of shades. Now I'm just gonna take a wipe and clean up the edges. have that cleaned up, I can work on the rest of my face. Not too much fallout, just a little bit. So next, I was excited to see that e.l.f. came out with an acne fighting putty primer, which is totally awesome because I need it. And I've noticed I don't really have too much of a problem with acne, but I do break out right here, and I think it's from when I'm sitting. I'm always leaning right here and right there, and that's where I break out. So I don't know if it has anything to do with that or what, but I've been trying this out, and I just take a little bit, warm it up. I give myself a good kind of a facial massage. Get all the blood flowing in your face. And then I also have e.l.f. foundation serum, but this is also in Fair Light. I might see what that looks like. That's the shade. Not too bad. I didn't realize how liquidy it is. It is a serum though. And serums tend to be what they say. Serum-y. It's not too bad. A little light. A little light we can deal with because we can darken it. Take a little at a time. So our move would definitely be a humongous move across the country, but it would be a new adventure, and I'm always one up for adventures. All right, so I'm gonna take the rest of it on my beauty blender and see if we can't build it up a little. Okay, so I didn't really remember how I felt about that foundation serum. It's not too bad. It's nice and light. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything, which is good for the summer. If I had had the proper shade, I probably would be a lot happier with it. So now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have it in Fair Beige. I probably could afford to go in with a darker shade at this point, but the nice thing about e.l.f.'s products is that they are so affordable. That is definitely one of my favorite aspects about the brand, is that, you know, they're not crazy with their prices, and their products are honestly just really, really good. They have a good range in shades for every, you know, person, and some of my favorite products are actually made by them. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm just gonna be really careful not to hit that sharp edge that I created with the eyeshadow. Now I know that e.l.f. came out with a setting powder. I don't have that. I forgot to buy it. I'm just going to have to use what I have, and I'm gonna go in with my Revlon Candid Photo Ready Anti-Pollution Setting Powder. I want to say that 5 times fast. I'm just going to gently press that in to my lines. I'm just going to take a brush. Looking a little bit pale we are. Now I am going to go in with one of my favorite 2 products, and that is my e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil for my brows. And since I darkened my hair a little bit, I actually was able to go and get a darker shade. And that is like a really, really awesome shade for me right now. So that's how quick and easy it is to draw on my brows. And then I have the Wow Brow Gel. I don't really know if I consider it a gel. It does hold my brows in place, so. And I do have it in a darker shade. I don't remember what was the shade that I got though. So this kind of reminds me of Glossier's Wow Brow, Boy Brow, whatever it's called. Although I wouldn't consider it like I would consider it a thinner consistency. Oops. But that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, it definitely is a little thinner. It doesn't last as long as, like, I can make the Glossier last forever. But I mean, that's the brow gel. It does hold them pretty well. So now that my brows are done, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the bottom part of my lashes. I'm just gonna take a small pencil brush, and I think I will continue the darkness just along the edge. And I always like to bring it up right along this line. I feel like it just defines it a little bit more. And then since I have this great little brush, medium color purple in. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that matte color that we first started with, and I'm just gonna take another clean brush, and I'm just gonna run it right along the bottom lash line. Almost like how we had it up here. Kind of as if we're sealing it. I feel like my skin, like it might be breaking out right here, but I'm not sure why. And I'm just gonna add that matte purple up here. I'm just going to add in my mascara, and e.l.f. came out with a new mascara called Big Mood, so I was very interested in trying this. It is definitely a big wand. Big wand. I'm kind of blinking down onto the brush and pressing up a little bit. e.l.f. came out with these little putty bronzers. I got one in Sun-Kissed because I wanted a darker shade. I swear to gosh, I got another one. I swear to gosh that I actually got another one. I don't know. I got like a mid-tone one, but I don't know. Maybe I'm losing it. I have to clean my desk. So I got Sun-Kissed and I got Tan Lines. I didn't want to go too light, so I'm not sure. I did try Tan Lines. Tan Lines is absolutely beautiful. I think that I'll still be able to wear that in the winter. And then I went a little deeper. I just wanted to see. So I'm gonna try with that one first. We're gonna try with the dark one. Yes, that is dark. But when I was applying this tan line, I noticed that it's very sheer and you can really buff it out. So I thought, what happens if you went a little darker and buffed it out? So that's what we're going to try. We just put on a little. You see how pale my skin is. If my skin happened to be like tanner, honestly, that's beautiful now. I mean, yes, you know, it's a little bit dark, but you just have to make sure you like pat it out a little bit. I always try to like pat some out on my hand if I'm not sure how much I am gonna be applying. So if my skin was darker for the summer, I mean, and mind you, I spent my entire summer inside on my computer because that's now my job, which that's what allows me to continue to, you know, buy a car. Okay, so that blends it out really nicely, and tan lines will work really nicely in the winter, in my opinion. Okay, so then they had already come out with putty blushes. I have this pretty reddish color. Then I have, but it's a reddish color. That one's pretty too. That's really super pretty. And they're super sheer, and I'm sure you could put them on as lip color as well. And then I have a pinky toned one. Another pink. Ooh, that's, wow. And then pretty light bubblegum pink one. And that's that color right there. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with this middle one. see. Now that we're all blushed up, we have these little sticks that were monochromatic multi-use sticks. This is Dazzling Peony, and then I had a coral one called Bronzed Cherry. So, I mean, they come out with new things constantly on a regular basis, and they're so affordable. And then they had come out with all of these with the little highlighter blushes in them as well. Although I think I lost my favorite one. I'm gonna pop on this one. I don't remember what color it is. Oh, it's lychee. I think my favorite was watermelon. Watermelon was just like bright pink. I don't know what I did with it. So I just took the shimmer blush, and it's because I'm getting hot in here. It's kind of like adhering all over to my face. So I'm just gonna blend it out a wee bit. That is pretty much my look for the day. I picked up 2 of their glosses. I don't know if these are new lip lacquer, but now that I have this pretty peony color on my lip, and I guess we'll go with this one. And this is in Moody. Well, that's me to a T. All right. I don't know if that necessarily matches with the look, but it's what's on for now. All right, and then I'm just gonna spray. I didn't get an e.l.f. mist. I think I might have one, but and that is my look for today, and that is my adventurous story of what will be happening. If you are interested in hearing about how things are going and what we will be doing to the house, etc., 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 then let me know, and I'd be more than happy. So if you like this video and you would like to see more, or if you'd like to see something different, then let me know. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I would love to know your thoughts on it. That's about it for today. I will try and put everything in the bottom of my video. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment box. And I hope to see you in my next video. And I love that look. That's super pretty and super fun. So I hope to see you in my next video. And until then, please stay safe and healthy and happy. And don't get it on your teeth like I always do. Bye.